Back now with Avner Gvaryahu, the executive director of Breaking the Silence, reacting to Israel's Knesset, the parliament moving forward. First approval of a bill that could ban the presence on school properties and school buildings. I want to ask, if you could speak right now with Naftali Bennett, the education minister, what would your message be about the impact of this bill, your message to him and other supporters?
I would say, at what point do former Israeli soldiers become illegitimate, right? Does that happen while you have left-wing ideas coming to your mind while you're in an active guarding duty? Do you become illegitimate when you want to speak to your friends and families about what you were asked to do? Or do you become illegitimate the moment, and this I think is the real answer, the moment you disagree with the Israeli policies? And if we're talking about the legitimacy of I would say the obligation of the Israeli society and the education minister Naftali Bennett, it is exactly giving a platform for those who disagree with him and want to talk about what a 50-year military occupation does to the souls of Israelis and what we're actually doing day in, day out to Palestinians.
But there's, what about right-wing IDF soldiers? You mentioned before the Lahava issue. I'm not sure if I have a clear answer and if you think that they can be permitted in schools, but there's other right-wing groups, in Tirtzu, other pro-IDF, pro-West Bank activity groups, in Tirtzu in particular. They don't advocate violence, and they're with the right wing. Should they be allowed in? Do you want to go in together?
I don't know. Is there a bill banning in Tirtzu? Is there a bill banning any one of these groups? You invited me here because there's specifically a bill trying to ban breaking the silence. So the discussion about public discourse, what is legitimate and illegitimate, is great. Practically, I grew up in a religious society, in a yeshiva. Most of the people that came to talk to us outside of school had a hawkish or right-wing ideology, and that's the case in the vast majority of the schools in the religious nationalist community.
So tell me, what are your opinions? Should everyone be invited? What should the limit be, I guess, when it comes to school assemblies, school demonstrations? Just your thoughts, your opinion.
Yeah, I think in that sense, the Israeli society has rules set in place, and I would say that different schools and different teachers and different students want to hear different ideas, and I would say there should be a marketplace of ideas, especially when we're talking about something that is so important to the essence of Israeli society. And by all means, I would say, let's have an ability to have a real conversation. But that's not happening. The only thing that is actually happening is an attempt to silence one side of the conversation while the other side is amplified.
All right, Avner, we have to leave it here. Thank you so much, Executive Director of Breaking the Silence in studio. Appreciate your time here on Daily Dose.